Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Being common in humanity is so important. When we devalue another, we are devaluing ourselves. I want to tell you just a couple sentences about me and my life. I have a brother who has lived houseless in Denver the last 10 years. He was almost beat to death on the streets last year. I don't think that would have happened if there had been a shelter space that was adequate and comfortable in town. This is not why I'm here. That's part of my story, so it's part of everyone's story. I am part of community, and so is everybody else. Thank you.
So, I really feel like we're recapitulating phylogeny here. We're like Eugene is going through the stages of a city that were already gone through in Western Europe in the 1700s and 1800s, where it starts to realize that it has other functions besides just as a business. Or maybe we're talking about the Middle Ages when they built walls around the downtown, and the downtown was only for business. And so like Eugene is behind on its carbon goals. It's behind on a lot of things, but it's really behind on its social evolution of a city. Because all you see is just a privatization of the downtown, and they're literally scorching away and scalding away poor people who can't afford to be downtown and to shop downtown. And, you know, there's 36,000 people in Eugene who are living on less than $1,000 a month, and that's the highest income, and it goes down from there. These 36,000 people are 20% of Eugene, and Eugene is the wealthiest core of Lane County. And so what does this mean is that those people are a dead man walking if they ever lose the places that they're staying now, because there's no apartments for rent for $300 a month that they can afford. And so there's a conveyor belt of homelessness. There's going to be a lot more homeless. And so like the downtown businesses are kind of living in sort of a self-referential bubble, a thought bubble, where they think that all they need to do is to build a big title company like this and a bank like that, and then they can get rich by selling our city to newcomers. Everybody who arrives with a checkbook can buy our town right from under us. They're going to buy our apartments and then jack the rent. They're going to buy the houses and flip them into rentals. And what's going on here, you know? So we, the people, need to kind of tap them on the shoulder and, you know, and whisper in their ear. But they seem to be so hard of hearing, as Jim Page says in his wonderful song, Wrecking Ball. Look it up online. It's a great song. So, okay, I guess I used up my 3 minutes. I must have triggered somebody here.
Okay, I'm Karl Eysenbach. I want to talk a little bit about my perspectives in terms of why are we here today, what's going on. I've been a homeless activist for about 8 years now. And for about 8 years, I've seen nothing but massive indifference from the city of Eugene. They care a lot. I've said it's like being on hold with one of those businesses, like, oh, we care a lot about your business, just stay on hold while you listen to music for another 30 minutes. They care, but they really don't care. And so I was enormously gratified to see that the city did the right thing last month when they actually proposed a homeless shelter on the City Hall gravel parking lot. This was actually a solid, usable, low-cost, easy-to-implement way that would have been a good thing for everybody in the community. And yet what happened? We had a person who took it upon himself to organize a list of 31 people and businesses to protest the fact that the downtown business interests don't like those filthy, dangerous, homeless people downtown, and they really don't care about how they get them off the streets. And that is the attitude that we are seeing today. That is why we are protesting, all right? But protesting only goes far if you can make the people who are standing in the way of progress do the right thing. We want the downtown business interests to be enlightened. We want them to realize that downtown camps and shelters are actually in their self-interest. We want them to realize that if you actually get people off the street where they have a warm, safe, and secure environment, they can immediately reduce the population of the homeless people downtown by 50%. And guess what? The people that go into the shelters or the camps or wherever, all right, they're not the troublemakers. So it makes it actually easier to take care of the people that can't fit into a cooperative environment. It's a win-win situation. So what I want the signers of the petition to realize is if you don't like the City Hall lot as a site for homeless, that's fine, okay? I would propose a very reasonable and easy to implement, ask from the signers of the petition that maybe someplace like the eWeb lot is not out of the question. Maybe they should consider going to eWeb with an out of sight, out of mind kind of philosophy that the Downtown Fathers have. What I would like you to do is, I have a list of the 31 signers. And every time I say a name, I would like you to chant, "We need a downtown camp." So let's try it with my first person on the list. This is my message. We need a downtown camp. We also need a downtown shelter. We need more than one type of facility to handle the diverse homeless population. And if they can get to the idea of a shelter, they can get to the idea of a camp, and that again just reinforces the positive activity that we all want. So if I say Jeff Strove, I would like you to say, "We need a downtown camp." Jeff Strove.
We need a downtown camp.
I can't hear you.
We need a downtown camp.
Okay. Mike DeLuise.
We need a downtown camp.
Claire Barnum.
We need a downtown camp.
Brittany Quick Warner.
We need a downtown camp.
Matt Sayer.
We need a downtown camp.
Tim Campbell.
We need a downtown camp.
Mike Coughlin.
We need a downtown camp.
Chad Barzak.
We need a downtown camp.
Jake Weatherly.
We need a downtown camp.
Anna Marie Levis.
We need a downtown camp.
Rob Bennett.
We need a downtown camp.
Carrie Johnson.
We need a downtown camp.
Megan McMahon.
We need a downtown camp.
Nicole Desch.
We need a downtown camp.
Jenny Ulam.
We need a downtown camp.
Armin Kaverkian.
We need a downtown camp.
Sarah Bennett.
We need a downtown camp.
Judy Jackson.
We need a downtown camp.
Steve Asbury.
We need a downtown camp.
Randall Cullis.
We need a downtown camp.
Beth Sheehan.
We need a downtown camp.
David Dehaney.
We need a downtown camp.
Sherry Schaefers.
We need a downtown camp.
Jonathan Brandt.
We need a downtown camp.
Beth McClure.
We need a downtown camp.
Thomas Pettis Czar.
We need a downtown camp.
Mark Shepard.
We need a downtown camp.
The Shed Institute.
We need a downtown camp.
Summit Bank.
We need a downtown camp.
AccuPay Servicing.
We need a downtown camp.
Finally, Funk and Levis.
We need a downtown camp.
This is a historic struggle. Nobody that I know of in the last 25 years has even thought about taking on the downtown interests who are the real powers behind the throne. But I would like to stress that what we are doing today is so important because the fight for homeless rights and secure housing and other services is a civil rights fight of the 21st century. It is something that is not just limited to the city of Eugene, not limited to the state of Oregon, it is not limited to the United States of America. It is a worldwide problem.
That's
and
right.
we are the ones that are trying to address this. Thank you very much.
Sue Sierralupe is has something to add? Occupy Medical?
Hello. So I have discovered that the businesses in downtown have some complaints, and I wanted to make sure that they get a little air time, because clearly people aren't listening to them enough. They're the downtown stakeholders, according to them. The rest of the people that live in this lovely city of Eugene really don't matter. What really matters is those stakeholders, the names of whom you just heard. Here's the complaint. They have discovered downtown that since they closed the bathrooms, there's poop. There's poop, and obviously they're doing stool samples to discover exactly who that poop belongs to. It wouldn't belong to the drunks wandering around downtown. No. That obviously belongs to only the unhoused. So that's why they're unhoused. What would be a solution for poop in public places? Public bathrooms. They're also really concerned about unhoused people wandering around. Unhoused people in the downtown area that they own. Oh, wait. I probably phrased that poorly. Downtown citizens unhoused, wandering around, not spending money in their places of establishment. That's what they're really concerned about. And what do we do to solve the problem of the unhoused and seeing them in public? Why, we could provide them shelter. So we are here to problem solve. You have a problem. There is pee and poop in a public place. You provide a bathroom. I also do that in my home. Having my teenagers pee and poop in the backyard is not preferable. We have a problem. We have people who are unhoused. Here, right here in River City. What do? We provide shelter. It's a problem solving. Just saying that this problem shouldn't exist and we just push things to the side makes it worse. So all of y'all that might be listening out there that own a business, I also own a business and live here in this ward. Here's your solution. Just provide service for the citizens of this town. And you know what? When you live here and you decide you get to make all the policy decisions for everybody in the city, that's called manspreading. Stop it.
Man, I shouldn't come up to the mic after the word manspreading is mentioned. But Sue, the city does provide some services. Why, everybody, take a look. Let's wave at the camera that the city has invested to keep an eye on folks. It's right there. It's very, very high tech, top of the line. Can't afford bathrooms, Sue, but we got really fancy cameras. We're being watched. Hey, Eugene Police Department. And the Eugene Police Department greeted us today. When we went in, if you weren't there, we walked in to the Downtown Athletic Club to deliver our letter, Karl. And we were greeted by not the staff of the Downtown Athletic Club, but by the City of Eugene Police Department inside the private business, that is the for-profit business of the Downtown Athletic Club. I've been to thousands of protests in my life. I have never seen a city police department inside a private business tell us to leave. My mind is blown. And it just says everything about the power relationships in this community. Zonkie, did you want to say something?
So I want to say there is a neighborhood in Eugene where the life expectancy is 10 years shorter than the average in Lane County. And that neighborhood is Train Song. And guess where the unhoused, extremely vulnerable people have been put? Rather than downtown, where did they move them? They moved them to Train Song. I want to give a shout out to the people who made a huge difference. Well, there are no huge differences been made yet, but the people who made a difference such that there was a proposal for downtown survival site, a downtown survival site, and those were the butterfly protesters 100 plus people who slept outside the county, outside the county courthouse. Land which has now been shut down, so that possibility is not available to them anymore, because what did the city and county do? They took swift action to enact a curfew on that location. We must resist that curfew. We must stand in solidarity with the people who sleep on the street, just surviving, and that's the only reason that the downtown survival site was proposed. It's the only reason there'll be, there was allowed a spot where people could rest. It's a shitty spot with gravel, right, in Train Song, but it's because of those people that the county for 6 weeks left them alone. They're about to move them on again, right? Evict them again. That will be happening in the first or second weeks of January. And the, I just want to ask that we figure out how to stand in solidarity with the people who make a real difference, because they are just surviving, and it's their survival that's illegal. And that's what stops the city and the county and gets their attention. Yep, thanks.
We are community, a virtual family, and we're strong. We know what we need to know in order to heal and grow and challenge wrong. The forest and the streams are ours. The earth, the sun, the moon, and stars. Together we'll stand, every boy, girl, woman, and man, for a world that's filled with love, not with war. We all have a voice. To use it is our choice. If we can shine a light on what we know is right, we will be free. Because we are community, a virtual family, and we're strong. We live as we were meant to live. We will work hard and give our song. If we will all just do our part, we will consolidate our hearts, and together we'll stand, every boy, girl, woman, and man. And now is the time to start. We all have a choice to use or not to use our voice. When we decide to fight for what we know is right, we will be free. Ooh.
Woohoo! Eugene Peace Choir in the house in Kesey Square. Mr. Kesey, what do we want? Downtown shelters now! What do we want?
Money.
Down shelters now.
What do we want?
Downtown shelters now.
What do we want?
Downtown shelters now.
What do we want?
Downtown shelters now.
What do we want?
Downtown
Shelters now.
All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. Does anybody want to have a last word? Todd wants to have a last word. Let's get out of the speaker area there. There you go.
I just wanted to comment on the $500 million courthouse that the county wants to build. And I think before they spend $500 million on another courthouse to register their property titles that they swap with each other and to condemn and imprison people, that they should spend about $100,000 on a nice big tent on the city block, and they can use it for the homeless this winter, and then they can start using it for restorative justice system next winter, so that we can have treatment for people and to reincorporate them back into the arms of society instead of ostracizing them and sending them all off to prisons. So anyway, there's going to be a lot more said about this county $500 million concrete monument before the day is over. Thank you.
Don't tear down the old building.
All right. Three last chance. Downtown shelters now. What do we want? Downtown shelters now. What do we want?
Town shelters now.
One last time.